Before I begin this video, do be sure to subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers sometime this year, so appreciate any help in pressing the subscribe button. But alright, I'm not going to keep you here any longer. Do be sure to subscribe and leave a link on the video. Hello everybody, welcome to the YouTube video. Today I'm going to be covering S-Rank Invasions and Peroxide. It's more for like the tips and things you can do in the S-Ranks and what S-Rank gives, and pretty much just covers everything about the S-Rank Invasions. Without wasting too much time, let's get right into it. So, to beat an S-Rank, you have to of course complete all the given objectives that you have, alright? Which can change every single time you go into the S-Rank Invasion. You have 4 objectives, 3 of which is to just go around destroying the objectives, which can range from destroying the pipes, some crates, to going to the lab and breaking down their PCs or cores. The thing to note is that the godly that you get from S-Rank Invasions are completely different from the godly that you get from normal invasions, which the normal invasions, by the way, they call the Time Remnant, which can give you either 20 PE, a godly accessory, or an imperfect Hogyoku, which the imperfect Hogyoku a lot of people want right now because you need that for Vasta Rage or Visor for Soul Reapers. While in S-Ranks, you get something called an unstable Time Remnant, which will either give you a godly accessory, which has a different loot pool of godly accessories. It's not the same ones that you get from the normal S-Ranks, so it's entirely different godlies, 2 separate things. Or you can get a legendary ability, which are honestly really great so far. And side note, before we get into the next section, completing everything on the next section, all the side tasks, can make your runs at least take 20 minutes minimum. You can probably beat it 1 to 2 minutes earlier, but I wouldn't really bet on it. It's still gonna take really long. Do be ready for your runs to start taking at least 20 minutes, alright? And now, to the next section, which is the side objectives from S-Ranks. To beat them, all you need to do is the 4 objectives. After you beat the 4 objectives, you move straight on and you go right to the exit, get away, you're done, you get your rewards. But there are side objectives in S-Ranks that can increase your chances for rewards to at least get rares or above guaranteed. Like seriously, you will literally get only rares or above if you complete all the side objectives, which is honestly insane. It even buffs the godly chance by 0.5% for every point that you have. So let's say the godly chance in S-Ranks is currently 1%, which I'm quite sure that's exactly what it is. You'll increase it by 0.5 per point, and you can have a maximum of 8 points, maybe 9, but I don't know if Kenpachi counts. If Kenpachi counts, if killing him counts as a point, then it might give you 9, but if not, then it's just 8. Now, how do you get these points? Well, that's simple. The first and easiest way to get a good amount of points is to gather all the gourds or anchors in the invasion that you're in. There's 6 of them in total, but be sure to count them all when you pick them up. You don't want to miss one. You get less points if you don't gather them all. So make sure you gather them all before leaving. The second task is to kill every single enemy on the map. You'll actually have a little indicator in the top right. My camera might be blocking it, but if not, you'll see me zoom in right into it. Killing every single enemy will give you points just for defeating them all. So do be sure to check the little indicator in the top right of the screen, or somewhere in the right side of the screen that will tell you how many enemies are left, so be sure to defeat them all. Which, by the way, if you have the objective, we have to destroy red crates. Sometimes red crates with enemies hidden inside of it, so that also does count. You do have to defeat them because you'll see the number in the top right where it shows how many enemies are left actually go up. They count, so defeat them. Be sure to do that. The next part comes from defeating all the reinforcements. If you beat all the reinforcements, you'll get an extra point, which, funny enough, I really like the point name. It's called the War Lover. Defeat every single one of the reinforcements. So once you complete the 4th objective, the reinforcements start coming in. Defeat every single one of them. Don't leave anyone alive. And that does not include Kenpachi, by the way. You don't have to worry about him. He does not count part of the reinforcements. He's simply a time bubble raid boss. So he's entirely different. Don't worry about him at all. And the last point that you get is actually from completing a solo. The more people that you have, the less points you'll get, but if you complete a solo, you'll get the max amount of points. Even just going duos can lower the amount of points you get from just going solo, which is the one-man army objective. So the less the people there are, the better. Solo is always the best, but if you can't complete it on your own, don't worry about bringing extra people in. I do recommend to at least to try doing it duos, at the very least. Don't try to go anything above duos. And so not only you'll have less rewards that you'll get, it's also less points you'll get, so your chances decrease even lower. So to be sure to at least go maximum duo. So with all those completed, you'll at least get 7 points. You'll at least get 7 points, which guarantees you to get a rare and above only. Like, you don't get any commons, you will only get rares or above, so it increases your legendary chance quite a lot, and that includes godlies. While getting 8 of them not only goes above the rare and beyond, it increases the legendary and godly chances greatly. So at least, if possible, try getting 8 points, because that really does help. But some extra tips before you go into your S-Rank invasion. Some extra stuff that might help you out. I recommend using large AoE abilities like Flame or Glacier for Soul Reapers. Both of those have extremely good AoE and some really good abilities. And Flame Bankai can very well help a lot against the NPCs. And Glacier's AoE Ice move really helps out a lot against most of them for spirit builds. So that really helps out in invasions. For Quincy's, Forest, Oasis, Eidolon, and even Vermin is really great for S-Rank invasions. Forest is probably the best one, but honestly the Oasis vote standing really helps a lot. Because you can not only stop extra enemies from coming in, anybody who's inside, you can pretty much demolish them. So Oasis is a really good contender for that. Flame would probably be the best one for Soul Reapers. And Music, Astra, Vessel, Manifest, or Chaos for Vasticars. Music just has the Boombox ability, which really helps out a lot when taking care of multiple enemies. Astra just has 2 really good moves, and the Segunda ability can really help taking down like so many of the enemies. The Vessel, I don't even need to say it. Honestly, the moves for Vessel isn't going to help a whole bunch, but its Segunda self-hatred move is just extremely powerful, and you'll kill everything as around sight. Then literally Chaos, the most broken thing for Vasticars right now is for S-Rank invasions, because the beam will just demolish everyone. If you're a spirit build, you can pretty much just expect the beam to kill every single thing in your path. The only thing that will survive is probably Captain or Kenpachi. So I recommend using Chaos or Music for the best, just because of their simple abilities with base. But if you want to rely on Segunda, then Astra, Vessel, and Chaos are probably the best contenders for that. Did I forget to say that Manifest move? I did, didn't I? Yeah, Manifest literally has the bike move. That's about the only thing that can carry it a whole bunch. The Segunda move isn't really the best, so you only rely on Manifest bike move or uppercut move. Those are about the only 2 things Manifest can rely on. Or reason being, by the way, on why you want large AoE moves is that S-Rank has a special auto-execute feature that allows you to auto-execute an enemy if you hit them enough times while they're on the ground. So if you knock them over and they require you to execute them, if you hit them enough, like with a Cero, the multi-hit moves, or if you deal enough damage, they'll automatically die. So large AoE moves can help out a lot in that, which is kind of why Chaos is really wanted for this, because the big beam will just auto-execute everyone, and its moves have really good AoE. So you can pretty much just destroy everyone in your way. It literally easily clears S-Ranks. Another thing, by the way, fighting Kenpachi is not necessary. You don't have to actually fight him if he pops up. The only reason most people actually want to beat him is because he has a godly drop. I believe it's godly anyways. Where he drops his Kenpachi's cloak. And Kenpachi's cloak is really good, but at the same time, you definitely don't want to go for it if you're a spirit build, unless you want to use it for trading. But Kenpachi's cloak literally is for strength glass cannon builds, because it gives you high strength but lowers your vitality by a lot. But that about covers every single thing for S-Rank invasions. There really isn't that much. It just requires a good amount of grind, some have really high stats, which I do recommend at least being close to max level and having good moves. Otherwise you're gonna have to use skill resets to actually have good moves for S-Ranks, because it is not easy. That about covers every single thing there is about S-Rank invasions. If I did miss anything, do be sure to know, or if you have a different opinion or approach on how to take down the S-Rank invasions, do comment down below. I'd like to listen to anything you guys got, because just because I tested it doesn't mean I've tested every single thing about it, because I might be wrong with some of the picks that I chose. Like Music might not honestly be one of the best choices. It's just when I used Music, it turned out really well for I think the 5 runs that I tested it in. I didn't really test anything above 5, because 20 minutes per invasion is long. If you like this video, do be sure to subscribe, which seriously, I might have already said this at the start of the video, but seriously, subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers sometime this year. Do like, comment, and subscribe once again, and I'll see you on the next one. Good luck grinding, everyone. I hope to hear a few people actually getting some godlish from this.